Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.02296 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 0.22%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening here on the Vechain chart. Vechain from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.02 mark, and after making that low we have been seeing a bit of a bounce to the upper side, managing to break above key areas of resistances, but at the key area of resistance at around the $0.03362 mark we got rejected, and we are seeing a massive pullback to the lower side. Jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 4-hour chart, after making our low down there, we had been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that I was terming as an Elliot wave structure, having that as the first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, then a wave 3, a wave 4, and then I expected a movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, but that movement to the upper side in that Elliot wave structure got invalidated the moment our wave 4 over here retraced into the high of that first wave, and having done so I had to remove my Elliot wave structure from my charts and view this movement to the upper side as something else. And after making the high for that ABC corrective movement, whatever I expected next was the formation of a 5-wave structure to the lower side, and I believe we are seeing that structure right here, having these as the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then a wave 5 taking us back to around the $0.02113 mark. And having seen the formation of this 5-wave structure to the lower side, we can now name it as a higher Elliot wave count 1, and whatever I expect after seeing the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1 is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and that is what I'm expecting to see here on the Vechain chart, and that would mean a bit of a bounce to the upper side here on the Vechain chart. And to get the minimum target areas for that second wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, since the wave 2 is a retracement of the first wave, connecting them from the high of that wave 1 to the low of this wave 1 down here, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.382, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. And removing the Fibonacci's, you can see that my target area lies between the $0.027 mark and the $0.026 mark, and that means in case we see a bit of a bounce to the upper side, manage to break above that key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark, manage to also see a successful retest of that key area of resistance, there's a possibility that Vechain might get us into this target area that I have drawn out over here. And once we fully maximize that target area, then we can expect a very impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3, and Vechain can also invalidate that movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3 in case we continue pushing higher, manage to break out of our target area and get back to around the $0.029 mark, which is a key area of resistance, see a successful retest of that key area of resistance and continue pushing higher, and also manage to break above a key area on the Fibonacci, that is the fib level 0.78 fib level, which perfectly lies at around the $0.03119 mark. In case that happens, then we can start sketching even more bullish movements here on the Vechain chart, but for now that is the minimum that I'm expecting to see here. See the formation of a wave 2, then continue pushing low in the formation of a wave 3, and that would mean maybe a new low is coming our way, so we need to be prepared for that. And also to support that movement to the upper side, we have some key chart patterns that are in formation over here, and you can see after the formation within the formation of this 5th wave, we had been seeing a bit of a consolidation right here, and within that consolidation we had been trading within a channel, and we managed to break out of the channel to the lower side, and after we managed to break out of the channel, we even saw a retest of the lower side of the channel in this movement right here, in that movement. Then after the retest was in and a success, we continued pushing lower, making a new low at around the $0.02141 mark, and within that low we have a key area of support within that low that we made down there, and since we have 2 consecutive touch points on that key area of support, that has formed a double bottom chart pattern. And if I draw it out, we can have this as the first bottom of that chart pattern. Then we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, forming the neckline, then made the second bottom. Then I expected yesterday in my previous video that we are going to see a breakout, and from what we can see over here, the breakout is not yet in, and this might be leading to the formation of another bottom from what we can see right now, because you can see we tried to break out, but the breakout was not a success. And there is a possibility that in case we continue seeing lower prices, there is a possibility that we are going to get back to around the $0.02172 mark, which is that key area of support down here, and make another bottom. And in case that happens, then the key chart pattern that will be in formation right here is a triple bottom. Then once that plays out, I will expect a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2. And this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the upper side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the neckline and the bottoms. So using a trend line, we can get that height like that, then place it over here to give us a minimum target area to the upper side, back to around the $0.025 mark. So there's a possibility once we see maybe the third bottom over here, or maybe breakout of this double bottom that we have at the moment, there's a possibility of Vechain trading back to around the $0.025 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated. Also, viewing this chart from a wider view, we also have another chart pattern that is in formation, and that is a head and shoulders pattern. And if I draw it out, we can have this as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. Then we have seen the head, then we have seen the formation of the neckline, then we have seen the formation of the right shoulder. And after the formation of the right shoulder, we have been seeing much of a consolidation in this movement right here. So we are yet to see that breakout out of this head and shoulders pattern, and this is a pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the head and the neckline. So using a trend line once more, we can get that height, then place it down here to give us a minimum target area to the lower side, back to around the $0.01135 mark. So there's a possibility that soon we might see a breakout. In case we see a breakout out of this consolidation to the lower side, lose that key area of support at around the $0.02 mark, then we might be breaking out of this head and shoulders pattern, and I will expect that movement to take us back to around the $0.01 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and continue watching those key areas of resistances and also those key chart patterns that I have drawn out over here, and also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 48 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side and also any movement to the lower side. In case we continue pushing lower in the formation of a triple bottom, then that movement will still be supported here on the RSI. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD, for our MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that means lower prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and expect the formation of a triple bottom before we continue pushing higher in the formation of a second wave. And that's the update for Vechain.